Welcome to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for Gatekeeper and Heiser Media's combined coverage of the 2023 Innovidiscs Myrtle Beach Open. As always, we have to thank Cosmic Disc Golf, D-Town Disc Golf, and Reaper Disc Supply for making this coverage possible. I'm Nathan Johnson, joined in the booth today by Dan Brooks Wells. Dan, who do we have on our card for this third and final round?
What's going on, guys? Welcome back. We have world champ Paige Shue sitting in first place at -8. We have Holly Finley sitting in second place at -6. We have Nina Guerrero at -5, sitting in third place. She's back from round 2. And last but not least, we got Juliana Korver, world champ as well, sitting at -3, currently tied for 4th. So we're going to watch out for that chase card.
Yeah, should be a good battle here back at Splinter City for the third and final round, starting on hole 1. It's a par 3 at 390 feet. If you didn't watch round 1, this is normal course hole 12. We'll play as tournament hole 1. Pretty much a dead straight tunnel shot with a low ceiling. You've got OB about 20 feet behind the basket, so keep that in mind. But yeah, just something that drifts a little from left to right, and hopefully
this is our leading card in the women's division. Welcome to the D-Pad World Champion Paige Shue.
Thank you to DJ Heck Yeah for those intros. We've seen this pretty solid play from Paige so far. We've seen her for both of the first 2 rounds. Just giving herself looks and, putting well enough to put herself in the lead.
Yeah, Paige, putting struggles the first round, definitely cleaned it up the second round. Holly had the lead going into the second round and finds herself chasing by 2 strokes right now. So got a good battle on our hands.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun to watch. Pulls that one a bit to the right.
Guerrero.
Got to watch Nina for the first time in round 2. Very well-rounded game. Got the forehand backhand combo. Super solid putt. This looked like a nice shot. Leaking out a little to the left, but not too bad.
Yeah.
Welcome to the D-Pad 5-time world champion and superhero Juliana Korver.
Superwoman indeed, the 5-time. Get to watch her again. So excited. It's incredible to watch Juliana still out here competing at a high level.
Yeah. It's like you said, it's a treat. Like, thank God she came back to the game.
Wow, that's fun.
We get to have her on coverage.
Yeah, no birdies on this hole in round 1. I won't spoil if there were any in this third round, but not looking likely after those first group of drives. Just a tough hole to start out your final round. Definitely a bonus birdie.
Yeah, seems like it's just get your 3. Make sure you don't, yip it off the tee, and you can just get an easy up and down here.
Yep. 4 pretty clean upshots from the card. I will say there were no birdies in this third and final round on this hole. It averaged a 3.29, just over par, but lead card not giving up any strokes, it looks like. Got a couple more tap-ins here.
Yeah, it's one of those distances, and it's the first hole off the tee, so you're not really, super warm. You should be warming up, but you're not super warm into the round yet, so, everyone taking a par, it's no big deal.
Yeah, like I mentioned in round 1, the first 4 holes are kind of all in that bonus birdie range. So, if you're even through 4, just taking some stress-free pars, that's not the worst thing. You just don't want to be giving up strokes to the field. Still plenty of time to pick those up as the round goes on. Heading into hole 2, par 3, 318 feet. I think you're going to see most of the field take this big gap on the right-hand side, throwing something overstable on a little bit of hyzer, working the ground play back from right to left, and maybe you get a little bit of skip and a birdie putt. Definitely need to miss a couple late trees that you can't really account for off the tee, but if you're going to get yourself inside the circle, it takes a little bit of late fortune, we'll say.
Very nice. Tell us how are the conditions out on this third day? Any wind going on?
Pretty similar to the first day in terms of wind conditions. Fairly calm, I would say, for this course. It can get very windy. As you can see, the flags are kind of, they will be waving throughout the round, but definitely not any crazy strong winds. I would say it's a fairly calm day for Splinter City, but that's still me. There is still some wind, a noticeable amount, but nothing too crazy.
Nice shot by Holly. She'll have a putt at it. I like the amount of... Maybe it's a little bit too much hyzer out of the hand. And yeah, she just catches a tree in the middle there.
Yeah, you definitely need the disc to push straight for a good amount of the flight before moving left at the end to, pure the fairway. Something like this looks pretty good if she gets the finish. Oh yeah. Perfect.
Yeah, it doesn't get much better than that.
No, dropping birdie, I should say, coming up for Juliana. Gonna have a couple of long looks. I think this will just be a layup from Nina. The other two may give it a go from, say, just outside the circle.
Whoa, out of frame, back into frame, drops it in. That's a nice putt to kind of start your round if you think about it.
Yeah, really great confidence booster there for Paige. Kind of put some pressure on Holly here if she wants to keep it close. Oh, just kind of weird nub action there. A little low and right. Doesn't quite find.
That was weird. That spit her far. It's like a bumper.
Yeah, very strange reaction, but nice cleanup there to save the par. And dropping for Juliana, just going to bring her that much closer. Still anybody's game. A lot of score separation out here. A lot of bonus birdies to make up ground if you're feeling your putt. Going into hole 3, par 3, 316. Pretty much a wide open hole other than the first two trees. First gap you got to hit right in front of the tee pad. There is OB left and OB long, so you want to make sure your distance control is good. Most good hyzers are going to land somewhere in the ditch that's about 20 feet short of the basket.
Yeah, round 1 we saw a lot of safe plays out to the right. Let's see if it's round 3. See if they get a little bit more aggressive here, testing that OB. A
little bit of a grip lock there. Oh, from Paige, and that's actually going to skip out of bounds. One mistake you really can't afford to make.
Yeah, she's not even really near the basket where she's at.
No, she's going to be probably 60 feet away. Probably just going to be a pitch up for par. So definitely an opportunity for the rest of the card to make up some strokes. This is looking like a nice line from Juliana. Gets a little bit of ground play. Got to put her inside the circle.
Yeah, you can kind of hear that wind starting to howl a little bit, and with the wind and OB, it gets into your head. And Holly kind of making the same mistake, and she does not take advantage of Paige's OB stroke.
Yeah, it is typically a headwind on this hole, so it's kind of not a surprising miss that these ladies are making. Just the disc flipping up a little too much, just kind of pushing straight and a little too far. Nina, good correction there, stables up, and pretty much going to be parked.
Oh, and she gives it a bid and gonna leave herself a tester.
Yeah, going to be a long look for Holly as well for the just content to lay it up.
Yeah, there might be a little bit more wind than what we're thinking. Maybe that's why Holly decided to just pitch it.
Yeah, I mean, you can definitely see those flags in the background dancing around.
Chance for 3 strokes. A little short. But still, Juliana And Nina going to be picking up. Everyone's going to be picking up some strokes on Paige.
Yeah, we said it in round 2. Just scores just going to condense. Everybody gets a little closer.
Keep it exciting. Thank you.
You know, from our side of things, I'm not going to complain.
But unfortunate for Paige for the double bogey. I'm sure she would want to replay that hole, but she is still going to have the lead.
The Innova Rolo, the disc made for rolling. 4. The Rolo, making rollers fun.
Third year of the Throw P Women's Disc Golf Championship. We are hosting women from all over the world. This week isn't just about the top women in our game. We have opportunities for spectators and fans and women who are wanting to learn the game to come out and be a part of the experience. We're doing our clinic Saturday, and the touring pros, when they finish their round, will come over and they'll teach you how to play disc golf. So you can come out, you can watch them, you can learn, you can just be a part of this experience that's all about women's disc golf.
Yeah, still with a 1-stroke lead heading into hole 4, par 3, 333 feet. If you have a forehand, that is definitely the play. The hole calls for a straight moving shot that has a little bit of right finish at the end. We saw some players try to take kind of this inside backhand turnover line as well, but that requires you to get a little lucky at the end of the flight. The basket is also elevated on this mound, which can make for some tricky putts if you decide to get aggressive from the backside of the circle.
Yeah, a lot of them tried to take that right side gap, and I think you said it's a little bit more direct to the basket, but it is a low ceiling, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, just kind of a tricky line.
Yeah.
This is looking nice from Juliana, but just a little overturned maybe. Yeah, I'm surprised Nina didn't go with the forehand there. She has a very solid forehand, maybe just a little too far on a hole like this, but
Yeah, sometimes you step up to a hole and you think, oh, this is the shot I want, and not to overlook this shot, unbelievable. But you didn't practice that type of shot during your practice round, so you just don't do it. So who knows? Maybe she just didn't practice it.
yeah, this backhand kind of flex line is definitely there. Nice shot from Paige as well. That'll be we'll see if she gives that putt a run from circle 2 on this elevated basket, but yeah, probably going to see mostly layups
I'm gonna
from
predict
out in that 60-foot range.
Content with the layup. Sticks it. That'll be fine. I'm thinking she's gonna run this, and I'm wrong.
0 for 1, Dan. You should. I'll leave the predictions to me.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart move from Paige. She's got a lead. Obviously, Holly is looking at a birdie, but there's no need to take back-to-back bogeys in a row, especially after that last hole. Just keep the momentum moving in at least the right, not the wrong direction. Still plenty of golf left, so
Yeah, absolutely.
no need to take a big number.
And even like you said, Holly making this birdie putt, hopefully.
Don't jinx it.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. All right. She still has the lead, like you said, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah, it's too early to be looking at the scores anyway. I'm sure she has an idea in her head of where the cushion is at, but definitely no need to think about it this early. Heading into hole 5, par 3, 282. We are playing from the short tee, which is under that tree that you see on the right-hand side of the screen right now. Most players are going to be throwing a hyzer or straight shot over that right-hand side rough that fades back into the basket. A couple of late trees to miss. Those trees are about 40 feet or so short, so as long as you get past them, you should have yourself birdie luck.
Yeah, this seems like a pretty straightforward hole. Um, I would guess the route is kind of hyzer over these bushes, just like Holly is showing. But that needs to swing.
It's a little late finish, not quite as much as she would have liked. Actually goes a little bit deep. I'm just going to have a circle 2 putt coming back at it. Yeah, there's just plenty of airspace over here. So, as long as if you have the power to be able to throw something high and wide, kind of like Nina does there, almost an ace run, that's definitely the preferred shot. We did see Juliana, though, go straight at it in round 1. Just trying to do the same thing here.
Looks like she beefed up a bit. Catches a late tree. I don't know if that was good or bad or just neutral.
Yeah, I don't think it really made a difference. I think she probably would have been right around circle's edge left anyway. I think Paige is going a little mid-range here. Straight at it. Nice job. A little short, but she'll have a putt coming up.
Yeah, a little awkward footing with like that tree in front of you and the tree roots.
Hmm.
Oh man, Holly just a little off on the putting green today so far.
Yeah, those are the ones that'll. Ooh, and that comes up short for Paige as well. Yeah, those are the ones that'll your round can get out of hand if you're not making those comebackers, especially with a putt like Holly's. That strong spin putt can leave you with a lot of 25 footers if you're not on. So
yeah,
I'm sure, and I'm sure she knows
too. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not to mention too the pine needles with her putt is gonna slide it just even if it's just 5 more feet, makes a little bit of a difference.
Nina just a bit high. So
and that
putting woes for the entire card here.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an opportunity missed by Nina.
Yeah, could have been tied for the lead if she's able to get that one. This hole played harder than I would have expected. 4 point or oh no, just kidding. This is hole 16. Oh, this was the easiest hole in the course. I lied. 2.86 average. So the rest of the field making up some strokes here on our lead card as we head into hole 6, course hole 17, par 3, 258 feet. I think you're going to see most of the players take the straight shot that we're looking at right now. There is also a hyzer gap on the right-hand side that we saw Juliana take in round 1, but it kind of pinches late in the flight, so you can't really park it going that way. That's more of a play for, give yourself the 30, 40-foot look at it. So if you're trying to park the hole, you got to throw a mid-range or a putter through that straight gap. Little early release from Nina, but able to kind of find her way through anyway. Going to leave her a long look out in circle 2 on the left-hand side.
Yeah, you can't be upset with that result, especially if she's trying to go for that right cap.
Okay, Juliana going to opt for the straight gap this round, and I think she's going to be happy with that decision.
Bada bing. Beautifully thrown.
Paige still with a 1-stroke lead after some, I would call early struggles, but nice shot there, able to hit the gap. Going to leave herself with about a 25, 30 footer.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Just a little bit of early struggles, but she had a little bit of a cushion to have a little bit of early struggles. So, she's been taking her medicine and laying up on that one hole, and I don't even think she's thinking about it anymore.
Long look here. Ooh, great bid from Nina. Just catches the top of the cage. Yeah, this is a big putt here.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Sneaks it in for the birdie. It's one of those you just kind of take a deep breath.
Way.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. But the fact that it's in is big. Get some momentum moving back in the right direction. Got a stretch of holes here that are very scoreable. The rest of these last 4 or 3 holes, I should say, are the front 9. So chance to kind of use this as an opportunity to get something going. Taking a look at hole 7 as par 4, 433 feet. You can kind of play it two ways. There is a left gap and a right gap. The right gap, you can bite off a little more distance off the tee, but could potentially make the second shot into the green a little pinched, whereas the left gap is a little bigger and a little safer, but leaves you a longer approach, but usually a more favorable approach. So we'll see what these ladies opt for. I think in round 1, Juliana went for that right side gap, and it looks like she's going to do the same here.
Ooh, a little tight. Takes a bad kick. Is that jail over there?
I've never been on the right side, but it does not look fun, I will say. We'll see what she's got. Paige, I think, going for the left gap, but pulls it a little bit.
Ooh.
But gets kind of lucky, able to make her way back into the middle. I like this forehand play. I think this is a little underturned. I think she's trying to play it a little more down the left, or maybe that was perfect. I don't know. It's in a good spot, I will say.
Yeah, seemed pretty good to me. It's really hard. It's really hard to know this hole without playing it. So anything in the fairway looks good to me.
Yeah, that shot from Holly, honestly, maybe went too far. That's kind of the traditional play that Juliana, I'm gonna go overhand, a little tomahawk, maybe get some ground play. That was great. But yeah, the Holly kind of taking the traditional left, but yeah, it looks like she went a little too far. So has a really tricky footing, but made the most of it there. Gets a little ground play.
Looks like a great upshot there. Definitely gives herself a bid. Paige, she had a very similar look day 1, and this time she overturns it just a tad.
Okay, so Nina was a little too far right off the tee. Did have a tiny little gap there. It looked like she was trying to hit, but just pulled it a little bit.
And Juliana is going to be left with a circle 2 to save her par. It's tough to see what she's looking at right now, but I can't imagine it's much of anything.
Yeah, I think that was just a little pitch out. Just try to minimize the damage at this point. Hole 18 hole 7, course hole 18 proving to be pretty tough. It did play as the second hardest hole on the day at a 4.43 average. So, and we're kind of seeing why firsthand.
I don't think we have any more birdie bids.
Holly has got one coming up, I think. I think this is for birdie.
Oh, this is for birdie. Pull right. Whoa, good comeback here. See, it gets that little spin on the rim before it drops in.
Yeah, a little scary, but finds the bottom of the bucket eventually.
Juliana, tough scramble off the tee, but we had 2 birdies on the day. Shout out to Carlene Kibb, hopefully I'm saying that right, and Hannah Manus.
Nicely done. Heading into hole 8, par 3, 321. Most players just gonna throw a nice hyzer down the right-hand side. That gets you a little bit of finish and a little skip over to the basket there on the left. Pretty straightforward hole, pretty generous fairway. Yeah, just gotta execute. Also got a quick shout out to Ace Run Pro for providing us with these hole previews. We appreciate it.
Nathan, how many disc golf baskets do you think are on Paige's shirt? If you could just give me a guess.
Let us know in the comments what you
Yes.
think. I'm not going to embarrass myself by guessing something that's very wrong, and maybe Paige can let us know. And
Yes, Paige, if you're listening, we are depending on you to let us know how many disc golf baskets are on your shirt.
Nice shot there from Holly. Going to give her a look. Paige made that same. We saw her make that same mistake in round 1. Just kind of pulled it a little bit. Catches that right side rough. I don't think. Well, yeah, we'll see where she ended up. Looks perfect from Nina. Doesn't quite get the ground play to get all the way back to the left, but leaves her about pin high, edge circle, with a birdie putt coming up.
Yeah, looked pretty ideal. Juliana putting a little bit more hyzer on this one. See if it's got the distance. And yeah, it came up a little. I mean, it hit a tree, came up a little short. She would have been circle's edge if that tree was there, I would imagine.
Okay, so Paige did get a fortunate kick here again. Going to get up and down for the par. We'll see if anybody is able to take advantage with these long birdie looks coming up.
Good run, look clean out of the hand, but just need a little more. Oh.
Ooh, sneaks it in. The silent putt.
Yeah, we didn't even know it was hidden too. Man.
Gonna have to take another look at this putt from Nina. Just barely sneaks it over the rim for the birdie.
Love to see it. Get the smile from Juliana in the background.
See if Holly is able to match.
There
it is.
Yeah, dead center.
Yeah, there's that clean Holly Finley spin putt that we know and love. Par cleanup here for Paige Shue.
Yep, and it got a stroke, making it a little bit closer here. So now it's a 2-stroke lead and 2 chasing her.
One more hole here on the front 9. Par 4, 534 feet. A true 2-shot hole. First shot, you're looking to bite off about 250 feet, just throwing something dead straight. There is a pretty, generous landing zone in terms of width, but in terms of depth, you've got about a 30-foot window to work with. And then your next shot is going to go dead, a right angle to the right, about another 250 to 270 feet into the green, depending on where your drive lands. Just a nice 2-shot hole.
And like they had one of these holes on the other course, and like in round 1, having this sort of hole in the course design is, in my opinion, a really good idea. You can't overpower any of this distance. You got to land it, so it's a good golf hole.
Little early release there from Nina, comes up short. She's basically just going to have to pitch up from there. There's no real way to cut the corner, which is, in my opinion, it's a good hole. If you don't throw the perfect shot, you just kind of have to take your medicine and play for par. Paige gets a little lucky there through that early gap, sneaks her way back into the fairway. That's a fortunate break.
See if Juliana can match.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, the nice slow hyzer flip to fade. And that looks just about perfect.
Let's see what Nina decides to do here. Yeah, just kind of pitching out around the corner. Not much more she can do. But yeah, I think we're looking at about, I'll say, the 280 range into the green here. Maybe pushing 300 from where Juliana is. Just kind of a nice straight to hyzer shot, executed very well.
Not a problem.
Yeah, her and Holly both kind of push the backside of the fairway, so they've got a little more, kind of pinches off the angle a little bit. I see Holly kind of really pushing that front side, but still very well executed. Gives her inside the circle birdie look.
Yeah, she might have those trees in the way. I can't really tell, but perhaps. Paige able to go with a slower disc into the green, and you can see how that works to her advantage. Sliding right up there for a good birdie putt.
Yeah. Nina using that width of the fairway. Great par save there.
Yeah, it always feels good after you scramble. Just put it under the basket. Ooh.
Big putt there for Holly. Circle's edge, able to knock it down. Grab the birdie. Starting to get some momentum, moving in the right direction for her.
Mm-hmm. See if Juliana can keep pace.
Heavy chains. Looks like it just fell out left side. The spectators can't believe it. Looks like we had a nice little gallery for this FPO lead card here.
Yeah. I mean, you get to go watch some world champs. You get to see some contenders chase them down. But Paige giving herself that cushion once again. 2 strokes as she started with on hole 1. So still have a battle here. And I think now is when people start paying attention to scores.
It is right about that time as we take another look at our shot of the round contender. That beautiful tee shot from Juliana Korver on hole 2. Beautiful shape, nice little bit of ground play to right under the basket for the tap in birdie. Thank you to the Norse Gods as well as the Patreon family for making this coverage possible. Make sure to hop over to Heiser Media's YouTube channel to watch the back 9 and the exciting conclusion to this year's Myrtle Beach Open. We'll see you there.